of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. That jab doesn't find a home. That counter shot lands. Swing and a miss with that jab. Considering we're outside in the sold-out arena, it almost feels like the Roman Coliseum and two gladiators going at it.
If you are on the losing side of this fight, Todd, and the heat is on, it's the worst place to be, so you've got to make sure you prepped right for this. And right now, I'm looking to fight that doesn't look like they're prepped right.
Good counter punching. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, such a match made in heaven.
These two were made for each other. Well done with that counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Bombs away. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. Nice counter punch right up the middle.
Yes.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round.
Get your boxing back together.
What do we expect to see here in round two? This fight to have in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counterpunch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Do you believe what we are seeing? Beautiful counter shot. A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter shot. They both want a highlight reel knockout. The straight right just misses. And he scores with the counter. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
Dominant.
Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. Good counter punch. Caught him. There's a counter shot. the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. And Regis Prograis in trouble. And down goes Prograis. And it's a one-hitter quitter. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
Shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight?
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at, it's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
Just missed with that jab. Every time, as we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Regis Prograis. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Nice counter. Couldn't land that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nope, that hook won't score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They miss with the jab. That right hook not connecting. It's all offense all the time. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round. Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot. One, two, three, four, five. Come to me.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
He just misses with that jab. A perfect counter shot. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. They say no one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and this trainer is certainly considering maybe throwing in the towel after their fighter got... There's the bell for round 6. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs would feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You okay?
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
We're at the halfway point, and there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Nice defense on that jab. Caution is being thrown to the wind. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Beaten, bruised. Here comes round 7. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges. Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
I need to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same.
Final 10 seconds here. Unless something major happens, I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round.
Get your mind back on the job.
And we enter the 8th round. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not and twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
He misses with that jab. That right hook won't score. And he fails to score with that left hook. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far? Hold that thought! Oh, Prograis just got rocked! How did they not go down?
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Incredible work rate. A swing and a miss with the right hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one.
Oh, miss.
We knew it was going to be close, but that's as close as it gets. It is a draw. No
Well, 3
winners,
knockdowns
no
and I get a
losers
draw.
You know what, that's fair.
That's
For the fans, I feel sorry for the fans because they wanted to walk away with some winner, but eventually these guys are going to have to do it all over again. A
Yes,
draw,
indeed.
suck it up, Buttercup.
Oh, they should have gave it to me. Jonathan Rich, that should decide the fight. Yeah.
Another done. All damn, just what have I become? No chance, I'm still what they waiting for. No brain on stage, been here before. Hold on too much, gotta let it go. No pain, I'm out of it, ain't involved. No call, no show, I ain't really gone. Too late to say I was there wrong. Flown out the way for that info. Feel lost, but I know that we close. Speed down my lane on the road. Feel like I've been here before, but maybe switching my roles. Cold dude, no you, now you ain't never that. So lose, I do, I gotta run it back. Cold dude, no you, now you ain't never that. So lose, I do, I gotta run it back. Another one time be fun, I think my aim just begun. Another one last time please ya. Now I ain't live to please y'all. Ain't got no plans to be through with this whole thing to see through. And I ain't trying to be cool, nah, I'm just trying to be true. But all I do is see blue, at least it's in my room. Feel like it's
Oh, I ain't never fought with him before.
I'm Todd Grisham, and welcome inside the Lighthouse Theater, and what a night it's going to be. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. So it's Lyndon Arthur, 173 pounds. He's 6'2" tall with a reach of 74.4 inches. And up against them, it's Antonio Tarver, 6'2" tall, with a reach of 75 inches.
There is no joke about this. Someone is going to get hurt, the other is going to get embarrassed. Let's make sure they measure up well.
And here comes Lyndon King. And they'll be facing Antonio Tarver, the multiple light heavyweight world champions, including the WBA, WBC, and IBF.
As soon as the ball goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
And now we toss it up to the world-renowned ring announcer, Mr. Jimmy Lennon Jr. All the talking has been done. It's time. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. The audience absolutely right on top of you in this very special environment here.
You're getting everything tonight. And you know what? When you're in a theater, you know you've got to perform. There's no cutting corners. There's no making up excuses because you're going to be so transparent. All laid out there.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Tarver's been rocked. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
And that left hook doesn't find its target. They exchange punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Arthur in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second.
Here we go. It's round two. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Counter punching. Punch, counter punch. Defense is not an option for these two. They threw the hook. It didn't land. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. A counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Wanting to land the left hook, but was not successful. That counter punch caught him clean. Good counter punch. And he scores with the counter. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Arthur in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away.
There's the bell to start round 3. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
The jab not finding its target. Big whiff with the right hook. Nice counter. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and that was a big shot to Arthur. How did they not go down?
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Punches have to hurt. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Arthur in that last round. They got the momentum. They got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their...
And there's the bell to start round 4. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? Excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's too late. Really good.
He just misses with that jab.
Wow. Yeah, after a hurt. It don't matter, boy.
Going for the KO. It's so obvious.
Sound right.
Beautiful counter punch. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He threw a punch and just got countered. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we continue.
Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Well, if this trainer had...
They're switching off.
Back into the fray here in round 5. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see.
But from that, that's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
coming from every angle. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nice job blocking the hook. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? A perfect counter lands. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Arthur in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. There's the bell for round 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
That one will count. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. No rest for the weary. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! And Arthur got the worst of that exchange, and he might go down. And down goes Lyndon Arthur. Wow, let's take another look at that.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Give me your glove.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let...
It's been on one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Arthur in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
You've been put down. You've got to think right. Survive and then give it back the next round.
Win the next one. Great round, great round. Now relax, relax.
Here comes round 7. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
They miss with the jab. Beautiful counter shot. Another scoring shot there. One punch could change everything in this battle. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't.
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Are we about to see Arthur go down? A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Oh, that one caught Tarver clean, and he might go down. Talk about Arthur in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line.
There's the bell to start round 8. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship round. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, flexed right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Incredible work rate. Well done with that counter shot. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
A lot of effort being exerted here. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Is he going to punch himself out, though? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision.
My fighter was way too slow. Hey. What is that? I like that lane down. What? That's it. Annoying. I don't like yours either. I know you like my just buy it. Someone alongside it. A long silence. A strong vibrant meditative song.
The weather couldn't be more perfect. Set to rumble here at Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Joe Louis. Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, and iconic longtime world champion who defended his title for a record of 12 years, introducing a heavyweight champion of the world, the one and only Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. Fighting out of the blue corner, and now from Crimea in Ukraine, here is an undisputed cruiserweight world champion and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander.
Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
Todd, when you've got fights in there that...
The build-up to this fight has been incredible. Both of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. Straight right just misses. Catch and shoot. That counter shot lands. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. It appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Courage on display here is incredible. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That bell could not have come closer to this entire fight. Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Misses with the straight left. The right hook misses. Fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They exchange punches. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Seemed like eternity for them finally comes to on to the third. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. That counter punch caught him clean. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Nice counter punch right up the Usyk. Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And he scores with the counter. Wasn't ready for that counter punch. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. From this moment forward, here we go to the fourth round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Back and forth they go. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Nope, that hook won't score. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Incredible work rate. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was sweet music. And there's the bell for round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
How about that time counter shot? So much for boxing. This is a fight. And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. Beautiful counter shot. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Nice job getting that punch through. A ground bomber couldn't take anymore. He caught him with that body shot, and it froze him in his tracks. Look at this again.
That's like...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
What a huge momentum. Let's start the 6. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter shot. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Just missed with that hook. A perfect counter shot. Good punch. Swing and a miss with that jab. There's a scoring blow. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different. Here we go. It's round 7. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
How much confidence? And as we see it again in slow motion, there's no doubt. That body punch right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you all right?
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Well, then look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Swing and a miss with the right hook. Beautiful counter punch. Couldn't land that jab. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. He's been knocked down, but at least not...
Let's go out there.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here? Hold that thought! Usyk might go down here. What an upset! Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
That right hook catching air. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Joe Louis in trouble. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
You've
never seen Alexander Usyk hurt like this before. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The 3 judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision.